Hello, everyone. What do you think about this introduction? Welcome to the European Grand Tour preview live stream. My name is Dimitri. I work as a community manager on Top Drives, and this is Ben, who is a car manager on Top Drives. And oopsie, you should be able to see us clearly now, and hear us clearly as well. But if not, do let us know. There's quite a few people already in the chat waiting, and already chatting. There's loads of conversations going on right now. But yeah, Ben, how are you doing today anyway?
I'm good, thank you, Dimitri. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Excited to reveal what everyone's been waiting for essentially for the past couple of months. The biggest thing that ever happens to Top Drives is a car update, and we have a car update for you today to present. And this update is coming quite soon as well, so you will not be waiting very long for it to finally drop.
But it is just soon.
Yeah, it's soon. It seems like everything's working fine, judging by what people are writing in the chat. We did have a slightly different first slide, but I had to hide it and go do this sort of transition because I did not want to reveal something to you, which is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, let's just keep saying hi and how are you and things like that, and then in a second we will be ready to go. Seems like we have already 200 people watching, which is great. Thank you very much for carving out some time to watch the preview live stream.
Fantastic turnout.
A few things to tell about the update before we start. This particular update is mostly a car update, so we have a lot of features in development right now. As you might have already seen in the community roadmap, that the previous one that we posted about a month or two ago. So there will be an update date to that eventually as well. But this particular update is going to be pretty much all about new cars. So just keep that in mind. So without further ado, let's switch to this screen, and we will be showing you some slides. We've got quite a number of slides, and attentive players would have noticed that. What do we have here on the screen right now is obviously a logo of the update, but we have not yet shown you the actual hero car of the update. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. You probably will not be able to guess what it is, but we wanted to hide it and just show it as part of the whole live stream, of the reveal, right? So yeah, but otherwise, you must be wondering, what is this hero card that will be on the splash screen for the next couple of months, right?
I think it's one of the best hero cards we've ever had.
And so let's just show it then.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of waiting? So 1, 2, 3, ta-da! And this will be our home screen or loading screen for the duration of the update. And as you know what car this is?
It's the Audi RS6 Avant GT, or GT Avant, sorry.
It's 2025 car.
Yeah.
It is brand new. It's
600 only been built. It's like $170,000. It's basically a special version of the RS6 Avant, but it gets the livery from the classic Audi racing cars. With the Audi Quattro Sport livery colours.
Those livery colors actually remind me of my car a little bit, like the Civic Type R. I have also white on white wheels and the red and black here and there. So yeah, I'm all up for that. It seems like it's quite a fashionable thing these days. So I'm quite happy, right? But this will be your loading screen for quite some time. Before we move into the new cars, let's talk about next season's prize cars. So obviously, shortly after the update releases, we will have a new season, and we will have 2 cars for you. So the first one will be the 105 RQ Rimac E-Runner Concept 1. I'm not sure which update this was added in. I think it's pretty recent. Do you remember, Ben?
I think I'm going to say it was 15, 16. So...
Oh, okay. So that's a while then. But yeah, nevertheless, we have really good stats on this car. 2.10 to 60. We've got 96 handling. Top speed is obviously not very good, but I think with the four-wheel drive and slick tires, it's going to be a pretty good competitor. And the low 0 to 60 as well. I think it's going to be quite useful, really well upgradable. And then we also have the Mazda 767B, 96 RQ. Slightly lower stats overall, obviously, but higher top speed, 220. I think this is going to be quite good in a number of scenarios. So quite exciting, these two cars that you will be able to have a chance to win as part of the Tri-Series events that will be hitting top drives in the next season. Okay, what next? We've got the new collection series that is coming as well. This is actually a return of something that we've had before. I think we're even reusing the same art, so Summer Games. It will be the Summer Games. It was 2021, if I'm not mistaken, the first time we've had Summer Games. Obviously, this will be different in terms of setup from the previous one, so don't worry about that. It's not going to be exactly the same event. It's just sharing the same name. And I think it's obviously linked to the Olympic Summer Games that are happening right now in Paris. So I don't have too many details about this. You will have to just wait, but we just want to let you know about the topic and what is it going to be. Right, so we are about 7 minutes in, and it is the time for the reason why you're here. New cars. Yes, time for the new cars. Let's guess how many cars we have in this update. So we have only shown you, I think, 4 actually, and never even showed you any stats really. So you have no idea actually what's coming, apart from some minor teasers we've dropped on Discord, have we?
We've only previewed 4 so far. We've only previewed 4 cars so far.
So far, yes. But we only kicked off the sort of campaign on Monday, so today's Thursday. We're doing it very quickly. New cars. Everyone excited. I see numbers 240, 405, 250, 405. Again,
405 came from.
And Art Cut, I think you're very convinced that it's 405, but you're wrong. I'm not sure where you got that info from.
I know where they got it from.
300, 378, 2 cars. But anyway,
two.
Yeah. Actually, you guys are pretty much spot on with your predictions. We are going to have 313 new models in the European Grand Tour update. More than that, we are going to have 9 brands that will be updated. So we are not bringing any new brands in this update. One of the reasons is that we're just running out of brands to introduce. But yeah, we're updating 9 brands, European brands in this one. I think there are 2 brands that pretty much get like 2/3 of cars in this update.
Yeah.
So the remaining cars will be spread, among the remaining 7 brands. So it's quite heavy on those 2 brands, but these updates are pretty exciting regardless. Okay, so the brands: Peugeot, McLaren, Apollo, Audi, Alfa Romeo, KTM, Renault, Fiat, and Lancia. So 9 brands in total. Which one are you most excited about, Ben? Would you say?
I think
before we shown the cars.
I think the Fiats, because I think they're actually making some quite cool stuff at the moment, especially in the kind of electrified arena. So, and obviously McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
I like every McLaren. So, and they make really cool stuff. So
I like McLaren here as well. I'm not a huge fan of Fiat because they're sort of lower end cars. We don't really have any kind of like crazy legendaries done by Fiat. Yeah. So I'm excited about both, Audi and Peugeot. Audi. Actually, I think Peugeot has quite cool cars in there. We'll see that in a moment.
Yep.
Audi is a bit more, like Audi,
All clones of each other.
Yeah, rather predictable, but nevertheless, we have some cool cars to show you. We're not going to show you all 300 cars. We will have a few from each brand. So obviously, you will have the access to the full list of cars, car corrections, and things like that on the day of the release. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's go with the first brand we're going to reveal today. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Of course, rarities. I've also brought the list of number of rarities. We've got 36 commons, 47 uncommons, 66 rares, 33 super rares, 44 ultra rares, 45 epics, and 42 legendaries. So actually, relatively spread out. A bit too many rares compared to what I would like to see. I don't really like rares. I hate rares actually, because there's loads of them. I always have loads of spare rares in my garage. But it is what it is. You know, the majority of cars in real life fall into that category, right? So this is the reality of it. So
How many rares have you got kicking around in your garage?
none. I think I've got just
You got
one.
rid of them all.
Yeah. No, I've probably a couple of hundred really. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got about 250.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go for the first brand, I think, yeah? So let's go Peugeot. Peugeot, you guys are going to be screenshotting this straight away. I've put 9 cars that I thought would be pretty cool to showcase for various reasons, but primarily because I just like the image or something like that. You know, I'm not necessarily going to be diving deep into the stats of these cars. Hopefully you can see everything quite well on the screen. I realized that, you know, the image is pretty small, although when I checked on YouTube, it was all right. It was readable, so at least you should be able to read the stats. Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good if you zoom in. So yeah, there we go. What should we look at first? I think the one that stands out to me, apart from the L500R, would be the Peugeot 405 T16 Dakar. So we've got a few Dakar cars in top drives already.
Yep.
If you've been playing the game for a while, you probably even recognize photos from this sort of photo shoot, because that particular race where there was this car and other cars in the car race, they also have this sort of similar style, I would say.
Yeah.
There are a couple of interesting models I think we've not shown. Actually, we do show the Peugeot Asphalte, or Asphalt, which is which has 3 wheels, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a concept car, single seater. I mean, it looks really cool. Obviously, it's got no windscreen.
Yeah.
And no roof. So
yeah.
And you can't bring any friends along.
It's got a decent handling. I can see 79. So I think it's going to be an interesting model. And slick tires. You don't really see cars on this sort of lower end of our queue with sort of slick tires. Normally, it's going to be like either standard or performance. So it's quite interesting we have that.
I think it's quite unique for that sort of specs as well.
Mm-hmm. I think you wanted to also talk about the Peugeot 406 V6 Saloon, if I'm not mistaken. What was there something about it in real life that is quite cool?
I think it was quite a big engine for quite a normal car. Obviously, it's been used in several films. And it's actually quite quick, I think. And it's in game, its stats are pretty decent for a standard type car. And its handling is quite good as well. So, and it's also quite fast for that type of car. It's nearly 147 miles an hour. So I think it could be a bit of a sleeper. So same applies to, well, as much as I like a limousine, and the 607 Paladin concept, it's not particularly quick. I'm just going to say it. But I think it's useful in certain places, and it's quite unique as a limousine as well. So I believe the president of France may have borrowed this at some point in real life. Yeah.
Fair.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the Peugeot 5 by Peugeot concept, which I think has relatively passable stats, but we'll see. I mean, it's 4-wheel drive and standard, so might be useful in certain situations. So we'll see how that goes. And obviously, an interesting one is the L500R with 95 handling, 2.40 to 60, 202 top speed. I mean, it's 98 RQ, so again, we'll see how that goes. But I think we've got something good here going on. So we'll see. And yeah, just generally, you know, like quite excited to see all these cars being added. You know, loads of models, 120 Peugeot models. So this is only 9 of them. So you will have plenty of options really once we get to it. So let's show the next brand today. We've got the McLaren, and this is an interesting one, isn't it? Because we've got I think this one that people have been waiting for, or actually asking for some time. 765, the long tail.
LT Longtail, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, looking good. We've got the update to the 12C, not the update, but I think it's the improved version of the 12C Spider.
12C Spider was brought in the facelift, yeah. So rapid car. I mean, great handling score. And it does over 200 miles an hour as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's convertible, well, roadster.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that the McLaren 12C is probably the most common legendary car in top drives, being the one awarded in the campaign. So it's good to see that we are bringing, some addition to that. And we've got also the 570 GT, the 2016 car. I mean, it's 81 IQ, so we'll see. Might not be the best, but legendary is a legendary after all. So yeah, the picks are cool. Thank you everyone for telling us that. Not done. I don't know, like 8 McLarens more. I don't think we have too many McLarens. I personally would want to see more, but it is what it is.
They don't make that many models, but we have got quite a large amount of them.
Yeah, and remember that you also don't see another 5 that we're adding, so there is some excitement about that.
If you think these 3 are cool, wait till you see the other 5.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, next brand, Audi 104 models, and like I said, it's Audi, so it's gonna be Audi A3, Audi A3 Sportback, Audi A4, Audi A4 Sportback, and all, and then S4, and then RS4, and all, and
Sportback, and everything else.
We have, I think, a decent number of legendaries in there as well. I've brought the sort of weaker ones. Is that actually? Do we already have that Audi? I might have messed up actually. We might have that Audi already.
No, we've got the regular S4.
Oh, okay. So it's it says
it's a plus model, so it's got slightly enhanced suspension.
Yeah.
And a bit of a slight power torque increase.
Very, very cool. So
yeah.
The ones I've highlighted are sort of in the middle. The 2 legendaries are the RS3 Nardo edition. Nardo being, I think, the name of the color, isn't it? The
special edition that only came in that one color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So
again, like 80 RQ. So it's okay, but maybe not be on the top of your lists, but still decent. And the other Audi I really liked, the legendary one, was the Audi TT, was it Iconic Edition or something like that? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's one of the final editions.
Yeah, also an improved version of that. But we've got the SQ6 e-tron. I mean, for modern top drives players, I think a sort of mid-70s epic SUV with 4-wheel drive and all surface tires is something that no one's gonna be like, wow, listen, it's we've never seen that before, but it's another addition to a European garage, so that's pretty cool.
But it has its uses, and it is a brand new car, as in it's just arrived in showrooms. Although
at 4.1 0 to 60 upgradable, I think that's gonna be showing us some really good numbers actually on the rags and things like that. So yeah, looking forward to that, and a number of smaller, weaker cars, you could say. Just good to see some variety. The latest generation of Audi is already here essentially. I think they're having a facelift like right around now, and then obviously the next generation will come like a few years later. So we are catching up with Audi and bringing all the interesting stuff that they have brought recently. Remember, this is just 9 models out of 104 models that we're bringing, and I think there's some older cars in there as well, as we can see from the Audi 80 and which is from 1970s, which is pretty cool.
I mean, I think stuff like the new A3 40, the hybrid Sportback TFSIe is quite cool. A1 City Carver, it's not particularly great stats, but it's quite a cool car in terms of its a little lifted hatchback that can
Is it? I'm curious what ground clearance is it going to have?
I think it will still be medium ground clearance because it's only like 10 millimeters or 12 millimeters taller than the standard car, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So Audi done again, guys. In the next few days, you will know all the cars. You will be able to get them soon, so don't worry. This is a preview live stream. This is not we reveal everything live stream. So let's get to the next brand. We have Apollo, just one model, Apollo Arrow from 2016. 224 top speed, 0 to 62.8, handling 95, and rear wheel drive as well with 94 RQ. Yeah, I mean, we've added Apollo, I think, only once, and that was quite a while ago, so 3 or 4 years ago. So it's good that we're able to secure, at least one more car in this one.
Yeah, it's a nice concept. I think stats are really good and highly upgradable as well. I think even with minor upgrades, it could be a real weapon.
Yeah, but it is just one, guys. It is what it is. Any questions about why is it just one? Ben's right here, so ask him.
because this car came in 2016 and they haven't really made anything new since then. So not anything they finished that we can actually get hold of. So yeah, as soon as they do finish a car and start building it, we will obviously put it in top drive. So
very cool, very cool. 310 people watching on YouTube right now. Thank you for joining at this time of the day. Next brand, let's go. Alfa Romeo, 23 models in total. There's a Tonale, there are some interesting, there's a Bella, I think has some really good stats for 44 RQ. And we've got the Epic 75 Turbo Evoluzione IMSA from 1989, rear-wheel drive. Well, actually, 69 RQ with 88 handling, I think is going to be pretty good, isn't it? I think it's going to be pretty good. We've got the police car, 159, which, a police car is always good, to catch all the other guys. And yeah, Stelvio, like more regular cars. We've got the Stelvio 2.2 turbo diesel. Obviously, we don't have a huge amount of diesel cars in the game, so always a good addition to have a few more of these.
It's pretty quick for a diesel.
I actually don't know. Like, people are asking if the police car is a price car. I'm actually not sure. Do you remember? No?
Don't recall off the top of my head. No. That'd be something we'd have to look at.
Cool.
So, but yeah, I think a really cool crop. Obviously, we got everything from Alfa's latest SUVs, so Stelvio and Tonale, and then you've got some classic stuff. Obviously, the police car is quite cool, and then the Bella concept, and then obviously the 75 Turbo Evoluzione race car. I mean, it's an Alfa Romeo race car. It's going to be good. So.
But this is not it. Again, just 6 models out of 23, so there's still 17 models for you to see. Next brand we're going to show you today will be the KTM. We are only showing one car now, but there will be 2 in total. So this one is KTM Expo GT2, a fairly new addition as I understand, but these stats look pretty nice. So we will, we'll have a small update to KTM, not major, but then again, they've not released that many cars overall.
No,
so
I think there's they've done about maybe 15 cars max. But no, I think it looks really cool. And like you say, the stats are really good. The handling's really good. It's also rear-wheel drive. And it's it's a decent top speed as well. So it's kind of built for handling more than like outright speed.
Yeah, I think this is a price car, so not everyone will be able to get their hands on that, but it is what it is. So going further, we now have Renault with just 12 models, but they're quite interesting ones, aren't they? I mean, the Legendary is pretty insane. Like, what the hell is that? Like, one might be asking, but it's called the E-Space F1 from 1994. Slick tires, 88 handling, 2.7. I mean, not gonna blow everyone out of.
It's from the 1980s.
Yeah, it's 1990s kind of, 1994. But yeah, interesting car for sure. I see people in chat are pretty excited about this.
Do you know this thing's actually got an actual F1 engine?
I didn't know actually.
And it's got 4 seats.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
It's got 2 seats in the front.
I didn't know. What car is it from?
It's
the engine?
Basically it's from one of their Renault F1 cars from the early 90s, and it was a concept built to kind of show that the Renault Espace, which is usually a boring people mover, can be exciting. Although this car has about as much in common with the Renault Espace as well. Nothing. So, there is one other car that catches my eye there, which is the Renault Scenic RX-4 in the bottom right corner, which may look a bit weird, and it is a bit of a quirky looking car, but it does have four-wheel drive, and it is a proper off-roader.
Mm-hmm.
So its stats, top speed is obviously very low, but it is quite a very rare car in the real world, isn't it? They didn't sell many, but you can see why because of the way it looks.
Do you know if the E-Space is going to be price car? Well, do you have that somewhere?
I think
you could check.
So. I mean, yeah, I can have a look.
It seems to me that yes.
Yeah. Yep, it's a prize car.
It's a prize car. It's a prize car. Everyone go home. It's
Stand
a prize
down.
car. Yeah.
Prize car.
So yeah, it is what it is. But I think yeah, it is what it is. And then we've got like a Renault Rodeo, which has a 38 seconds 0 to 60, but at least it gets there eventually.
Just about.
From the 1970s.
But then there is the Clio, which makes up for it. Clio 197, second generation of the Renault Sport models.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool car. Decent stats, I think, as well, for something that is basically just a small hatchback. So pretty punchy. And I think if you upgraded it mildly, I think it would be even better.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so we're done with Renault. Fiat, I think quite a few people were waiting for that. So yeah, it's not 12 models and not 20. It's 37 models. I'm kind of struggle a little bit with picking cars for this presentation, but there are some interesting choices here for sure. One of them being the Super Rare, the 600e.
Scorpionissimo.
Scorpionissima. Interestingly, it's only got top speed of 99.
It's because it's electric.
But I suppose it does. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to see if it's going to be a good car, to be fair.
It's quite quick, 60 miles an hour. So, I think it's quite upgradable. I mean, it is electric, so the short top speed is always going to let it down.
Yeah,
So,
do we think that the Topolino will be the next Mighty Boy type of car with 63 handling at 10 RQ? I think there's a decent probability of that.
So that is the Fiat version of the Citroen Ami.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
it's identical underneath to a Citroen Ami. It just has a Fiat badge on it and different headlights. So, but it's quite cool. I think it's quite cute though.
Is the 600e a super a price car?
Don't know. It is. Yes, it's a price.
Oh, it is a price car. Can you check the 159 police car as well?
Yeah. Oh, we're here. And that is also a price car.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. These are the price cars, but
There's lots of other cars that aren't price cars in up there as well.
Yeah, because don't forget, we're not showing you a lot of cars that that will be coming.
One car that I think needs a special mention is the Fiat Panda Italia 90.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make many of these in the first place. Whilst in game it is painfully slow, but it has like an Italia 90 football livery on it.
So, okay, interesting.
And there's barely, I think, maybe 5 or 6 left running in this country. Probably a few more in Europe, but I think it's just cool because it has football hubcaps. So.
Okay, next one, Lancia. We've got 6 models in total. Actually, that is the last brand. Yeah, that's the last brand. We've got the Aurelia B24 Spider. We've got the Aprilia, and Dialogos. I think Dialogos is being like the top car actually here in among Lancias in this update. So they're all kind of lower end. So
yeah, I mean Dialogos is quite a cool, good looking car. Stats aren't. I think stats are pretty reasonable considering it's a prototype. Yeah, it's pretty quick and handling. I think it handles quite well because it is front wheel drive rather than being rear wheel drive. So.
But yeah, like I see a lot of people saying like why are you showing price cars we can't get. Like guys, don't forget we've only shown 50 cars at best today. There are 313 cars. There will be plenty of choice. Don't by the time you get the full list, you will already forget everything you've said so far. So yeah, forget about it. There will be more to reveal very soon. So we're actually done now with cars. We're gonna quickly talk about some other stuff coming in the update, but otherwise we're gonna be wrapping up fairly soon because we've already shown you most things. So car corrections, we are bringing about 200 corrections in this update. They are mostly fairly minor. Don't get panicked. There are about 1,000 RQ adjustments, but they're very minor. Like +1, -1,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So we're not doing anything crazy with this update. We're bringing new cars and we're adjusting the RQ for all cars because of that. So don't freak out. This is gonna be it's gonna be fine. So yeah, people, you might be wondering what about the car rarity changes. So yeah, we've sort of separated. Initially, I think we wanted to bring those in this update together with new cars, but we just wanted to make sure everything works smoothly. So yeah, expect more on that in the next couple of months. This update is pretty skinny, apart from a large number of new cars.
Yep.
And also, regarding the new cars, we wanted to let you know that we are going to have we're going to have smaller car updates in the coming months featuring fewer cars, let's say 80, 90 cars, but they will be part of the European Grand Tour.
Yeah.
So the European Grand Tour starts now or next week when the update releases, but it will go for some time, and then the next car updates will be part of that rather than like a completely new theme and things like that. So yeah, stay tuned for more European cars after this update. What next? Next new features. Yeah, not a huge amount here. We've got. I mean, I don't have a cool image to go with that, but from the next update, top drives will be available on MacBooks. The only thing, you will need a device that has an M1 chip or better or newer. So we're talking about like 2020 laptops. And the better your device, the better top drives will run. But yeah, it will work very similarly to the app. So everything will be pretty much identical to your mobile app. But yeah, a cool little thing that we are bringing this functionality of the game on Mac OS. So you will be doing sort of full screen gaming now. Next small feature we're adding, again, we wanted to let you know, although we realize the vast majority of players watching this will probably never interact with this feature, at least in this current iteration. So we are testing an automatic hand selection where by entering the match screen and pressing just one button, the game will pick cars for your hand using the criteria that are required for that particular race. This will only be available in campaign. So if you already have beaten the campaign, you might be able to just replay it, but you will not get anything from it. So any expert veteran players will not benefit from this. And we're also A/B testing it, meaning that the players, not everyone will see it. Some players will see it, some will not, and it's aimed at newer players. And depending how this whole test goes, which might take months easily, we might bring that functionality to the wider game. But at the moment, we just don't have anything to share. But we wanted to let you know in case you do have questions about this feature. So this is early developments. And then, yeah, minor thing, we are also adding tag logos in the filters, basically just logos of all the tags in the filters. Nothing too crazy, but it will help you a little bit better navigate in filters. And yeah, a couple of bug fixes. One of them you probably will not even see because Gaz's collection will be over by the time that it goes out. But yeah, we fixed an issue with the incorrect display of requirements and pack names that was giving like this weird, like a template rather than a proper name. We fixed an issue with the decades years filter menu that would cause the scroller to be at the very bottom when you go into that screen. Yeah, there was some work to fix where the in-app purchases were not giving items to players, so we've implemented a fix to that. Um, yeah, the burger menu. Yeah, this is a smaller one. It's only in shorter races. Probably the vast majority of players have not seen that. A small animation issue in the tutorial we fixed, and we're also looked at the various social login issues, including Facebook, Google Play, and Apple. So we've applied quite a large number of these fixes because different players have different issues related to that. So if you are one of those players, I am myself, actually. You should have that fixed, but keep in mind that we are still tracking those because they're quite a nuisance, these issues. So if you have that, please do let us know. Once the update drops, obviously not now, but once the update drops and it's properly installed. So that's kind of it really for today. I mean, we will have, like I said, 313 cars.
Yep.
We've only shown a small number, so yeah, there's a huge list. Once the update drops, we will have full release notes with the list of new cars, all car corrections, RQ changes, and things like that. So you will be aware of everything. And if you have any questions right now, please do let us know in the chat. We don't really have much to show apart from this. So, are you excited, Ben, for this update?
Yep. I think it's a really good update in terms of there's some really strong cars in there, and I think some of the artwork on the cars is great. But there's also some great performance cars at every tier.
Yeah, and as a small teaser, you know that we're bringing the Audi RS6 GT, but we actually haven't shown you the stats yet. So that's something. Just keep that in mind that you've not seen all of the cars coming in the update. So keep your judgment for now. We cannot show you all of the cars straight away. So
yeah, and this is a small sample of the cars that are coming. So
yep. So are there new Mercedes? No, there are no new Mercedes. No new Lambos. So QA, are you realizing that the rarity changes is the priority? Yes, of course, but we do want the feature to work properly. If you haven't seen yet, maybe have a look at the previous community roadmap we've released in June, if I'm not mistaken. So we do talk about this a little bit. And show you that we're doing some additions to the feature, not just rolling it out, but we want to make sure that it's done properly, no issues with tokens missing and things like that. So we want you to be able to track those. So it will come soon. We just want to make sure it works properly. What is happening with the Paragon tickets? There is no update on Paragon tickets right now. I have not seen any mention from LiveOps team about creation of content for this yet. So unfortunately, I don't really have an update on that. Although I understand the frustration around this. So rarity changes soon or 2025. I think there will be sooner than 2025. At least that's the goal. I for one think that they will be coming sooner. As I said earlier, we did want to bring rarity changes together with this update that we showcased today, but at the end of the day we decided to separate them. So having said that, it's the rarity changes are coming.
The work is ongoing.
Yep. What happened to the regional event? So that's still I think that's over. I can't remember now. I've not really seen anyone on the team discussing that yet. So I can't tell if the test was successful or not. What about the new campaign? That's also coming again. This update was meant to be a bit more just let's bring new cars and keep everything out of it, because we don't want to bring new cars, which is essentially loads of new data, and then also bring something that changes new data, which is rarity changes.
Yeah.
So everything needs to be more clear, and then the campaign is in development again. You wouldn't have to wait too long. It's all coming very soon. Trades, no, they're never coming.
Never.
Yeah. And people are still asking to show cars divided by bronze divided by number of cars, but you should be able to just just look back at the start of this live stream when it's finished or something like that. You should be able to see that on your screen very easily. Okay, so I think we'll wrap up for now, just because we want you to get to the point where the update is released and you have access to everything. So I will tell you straight away, we are aiming for a Tuesday release right now, so Tuesday next week, if everything goes well. So things have already shifted a little bit. But yeah, that's the aim. We're in a good place, we feel, right now, but we want to wait until next week for the update to be submitted to the app stores, and once they are approved by the app stores, we can release it. But yeah, at the moment we're aiming for sort of Tuesday, maybe Wednesday
soon.
But we will let you know if anything changes, obviously.
Yeah, it will be soon.
All right, well, let's just wrap up here. As I said, not a long wait until you see the new cars. I think the patch notes will drop maybe even a day before the update, so we'll see how that goes. You will have the whole list in front of you, and hopefully you've been saving some gold to open those packs and get those new cars very soon. Thank you very much, Ben, for coming and your work on on all these awesome new cars and the car photos. I think players may not really appreciate this from the surface, but Ben does loads of stuff in the background, making sure the car images are all good, and the car stats, and it's good to have you all in the live stream with me. Thank you.
Thanks to everyone who's come along today. And so many of you as well. It's great to have you all here, and please enjoy the new update when it drops.
Speak to you next week, guys, and have a good rest of your day. See you later.